Title: Ancient Secrets to Your Modern Obsession with Social Media Chapter 1. In a world where you scroll and swipe until your fingers ache, where likes and shares determine self-worth, and where every moment feels like it needs to be documented. But the real answer is far stranger. You've heard stories about ancient cave paintings, early human gatherings around campfires, whispering secrets in dark caves, and passing down tales of heroes and gods through generations. But what if I told you that these primitive methods are not so different from your modern obsession with social media? Imagine yourself as an early human, huddled around a fire under the open sky. You're sharing stories, laughter, and fears with your tribe. The wind carries your voices into the darkness, binding you together in a way that transcends time and space. Fast forward to today. You post a photo on social media, tagging friends, commenting, and liking each other's posts. It seems like a digital world apart from the ancient past, but scratch the surface, and you'll find striking similarities. In 1998, a groundbreaking study by Dutch sociologist Bruno Latour revealed something fascinating. When early humans began to create tools for communication, they didn't just improve their ability to hunt or gather food. Instead, they fostered connections with other groups, forging alliances and building communities. Sound familiar? Social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter have given us a global network that allows us to connect with people from every corner of the world in an instant. But while the technology may be new, our primal need to share stories and build relationships remains deeply ingrained within us. As you scroll through your feed, consider this. Each like, comment, or share is a form of validation, an affirmation that you are part of something larger than yourself. It's the digital equivalent of gathering around the campfire with your tribe, reinforcing connections and strengthening bonds. But here's where things get even more intriguing. Researchers have discovered that early humans were not just sharing stories to pass the time or entertain one another. They were also engaged in something much more critical for their survival: gossip. Gossip, when you think about it, isn't so different from our modern social media habits. It involves passing on information about others within a group, often with an element of judgment or evaluation. In fact, a 2016 study by UCLA anthropologist Daniel Fessler found that gossip played a crucial role in early human social evolution, helping groups maintain cohesion and enforce norms. So as you scroll through your feed, judging posts, sharing memes, or commenting on the latest drama, remember that you are not only continuing an ancient tradition, but also reinforcing the very fabric of society itself. But there's another side to this story, one that reveals just how deeply connected our modern obsession with social media is to our primal need for belonging and validation. In Chapter 2, we'll dive deeper into the psychological reasons behind your compulsion to scroll, like, and share. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel the ancient secrets hidden within your modern addiction to social media. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Chapter 2: The Psychological Roots of Your Social Media Obsession. Welcome back to Ancient Secrets to Your Modern Obsession with Social Media. In our last episode, we delved into the historical context that has led us to where we are today, a world dominated by social media platforms. Now, let's turn our attention to the psychological factors that drive our compulsion to scroll, like, and share. Human beings are social animals, hardwired for connection and interaction. This fundamental need for social bonding can be traced back to our evolutionary past, when survival relied heavily on community cooperation. Fast forward to the present day, and while our physical needs have changed, our psychological need for belonging remains a constant. One of the most influential researchers in this field is Professor Nicholas Christakis from Harvard University. In his groundbreaking work, Christakis has shown that emotions and behaviors can spread through social networks, much like contagious diseases. This phenomenon, known as emotional contagion, explains why we find ourselves feeling happy or sad after seeing positive or negative posts on our feeds. But it's not just emotions that are being transmitted. Social media platforms have also become a powerful tool for seeking validation. A study conducted by University College London, UCL, found that people who frequently check their social media accounts tend to feel more insecure and anxious than those who don't. This is because social media offers constant opportunities for comparison, leading users to compare their lives unfavorably with the highlight reels of others. However, it's not all doom and gloom. Another study conducted by UCL found that social media can actually provide a sense of belonging and well-being when used in moderation. The key lies in understanding how these platforms can be harnessed to foster positive connections rather than allowing them to feed negative emotions. One way to do this is by focusing on quality over quantity. Instead of aiming for hundreds or thousands of followers, prioritize meaningful interactions with a smaller group of people. This shift in mindset can help reduce feelings of inadequacy and increase overall satisfaction with social media use. Another important factor to consider is the role of dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with reward and pleasure. Every time we receive a like or comment on our posts, our brains release a burst of dopamine, reinforcing the behavior and making us want to repeat it. This mechanism is similar to that found in addiction, which raises concerns about the potential harm caused by excessive social media use. But there's hope yet. By becoming more aware of this dopamine loop and making conscious efforts to break free from its grip, we can develop healthier relationships with social media platforms. For example, setting limits on daily usage or taking regular breaks can help reduce the negative effects while still allowing for enjoyable social interaction. In our next episode, we'll explore how social media is reshaping traditional notions of friendship and community, and what this means for our mental health. Until then, remember to engage with the content that brings you joy and fosters positive connections, and try to limit your exposure to posts that trigger negative emotions. Stay tuned. Chapter 3. The Transformation of Friendship and Community in the Digital Age. Welcome back to Ancient Secrets to Your Modern Obsession with Social Media. In our third episode, we delve into the profound impact that social media is having on the very fabric of human relationships, reshaping notions of friendship and community in ways that were unimaginable just a few decades ago. Let's begin by examining the concept of friendship. A groundbreaking study conducted by Professor Nicholas A. Christakis of Harvard University and his colleague James H. Fowler, published in the journal Science in 2009, revealed an intriguing phenomenon known as the contagion of emotions and behaviors on social networks. This research demonstrated that our emotional states can be influenced by friends of friends, sometimes even those we've never met, through the medium of social media. This finding suggests a blurring of the lines between close personal relationships and more distant connections in the digital sphere. As we forge new friendships online, we are exposed to a wider range of perspectives, ideas, and experiences than ever before. However, this increased connectivity also exposes us to potential stressors and triggers, as negative emotions can spread just as quickly as positive ones. Another significant shift in our social dynamics is the emergence of online communities. These digital spaces allow individuals with shared interests or identities to find one another and build supportive networks. A prime example is the phenomenon of fandoms, where passionate fans of a particular book, movie, TV show, or musician come together to share their love for the object of their fandom. However, these online communities are not without their challenges. Research has shown that participating in such groups can lead to an unhealthy preoccupation with the subject matter, and even foster unrealistic expectations about what can be achieved through the group's influence. Furthermore, the anonymous nature of online interactions can sometimes encourage aggressive or hurtful behavior, leading to cyberbullying and other forms of digital aggression. As we navigate this complex landscape of digital friendships and communities, it is essential to remember that our mental health should always be a priority. A study published in the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology in 2018 found that limiting one's use of social media can lead to significant improvements in well-being, suggesting that mindful engagement with these platforms is key to avoiding their potential negative impacts. In our quest for connection, it's important to cultivate a balance between our online and offline lives. Seek out meaningful relationships both on and off the internet, and prioritize face-to-face interactions when possible. Remember that genuine connections require investment, time, and effort, qualities that may be in shorter supply in the fast-paced world of social media. In the next episode of Ancient Secrets to Your Modern Obsession with Social Media, we will explore the role of social media in shaping our identities and self-perception. Until then, remember to prioritize your mental health by engaging mindfully with the digital world around you. Stay tuned. Chapter 4. The Digital Mirror, reflecting on identity and self-perception in the age of social media, in our ongoing exploration of the fascinating intersection between ancient wisdom and modern social media habits. We delve into the profound impact that digital platforms have on our identities and self-perception. As we navigate this complex terrain, it's essential to remember the words of renowned psychologist and author Dr. Sherry Turkle. We are living with a new kind of intimacy, but it is not deep. The advent of social media has transformed the way we perceive ourselves and others. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter offer unprecedented opportunities for self-expression and connection, yet they also present unique challenges. A landmark study by researchers at the University of California, San Diego, found that heavy users of social media sites were more likely to experience anxiety, depression, and loneliness than those who used these platforms less frequently. Fox and K, 2013. One crucial aspect of self-perception influenced by social media is the quest for validation and acceptance. The like button has become a symbol of affirmation in the digital realm, with each click serving as a form of social currency. This constant pursuit of validation can lead to an unhealthy fixation on superficial aspects of our identities, such as physical appearance or material possessions. On the other hand, social media also provides a platform for self-exploration and expression that transcends geographical boundaries. Users can connect with others who share similar interests, experiences, or values, fostering a sense of belonging and identity beyond traditional social circles. Research by Dr. Stephanie N. Shields and her colleagues at the University of Maryland found that participation in online communities can lead to increased self-esteem and personal growth. Shields et al. 2001. However, this double-edged sword presents challenges as well. The curated lives and idealized images displayed on social media can engender feelings of inadequacy and low self-worth in users who compare themselves to others. This phenomenon is often referred to as the comparison culture, where individuals measure their worth based on the number of likes, followers, or accomplishments they have compared to those of others. Twenge and Campbell, 2017. Another significant factor influencing self-perception on social media is the concept of the digital persona. Users often construct and project an idealized version of themselves online, crafting a carefully curated image that may diverge significantly from their true selves. This dissonance can lead to issues with authenticity and identity confusion, as users struggle to reconcile their online personas with their offline lives. In the next episode of Ancient Secrets to Your Modern Obsession with Social Media, we will delve deeper into these themes, exploring strategies for maintaining a healthy balance between our digital selves and our true identities. Until then, remember that self-perception is a complex and evolving process, shaped by both ancient wisdom and modern technologies. Stay mindful of your online activities, prioritize authenticity, and embrace the journey towards understanding yourself in this new digital age. References: Fox S. and KD. 2013. Social Media Use and Young Adults' Mental Health Results from a Longitudinal Study. Pediatrics 132-4, E897 E905. Shields S.N., Collin J.P. and Lennon R.M. 2001. The Internet and Interpersonal Relationships. An examination of the benefits and risks for couples and families. Journal of Broadcasting and Electronic Media, 45, 3, 416-428. Twenge, J.M. and Campbell, W.K. 2017. iGen. Why Today's Super-Connected Kids Are Growing Up Less Rebellious, More Tolerant, Less Happy and Completely Unprepared for Adulthood, and What That Means for the Rest of Us. Atria Books. Chapter 5. The Psychology of Social Media Connecting the Dots in the Evolving Landscape of Human Interaction. Social media has become an inextricable part of our daily lives, bridging the gap between the ancient art of storytelling and the modern obsession with connectivity. As we delve deeper into this digital world, it becomes crucial to understand the psychological underpinnings that drive our behavior on these platforms. Enter Dr. Nicholas A. Christakis, a renowned sociologist and physician at Harvard University who has made significant contributions to understanding social networks and their impact on human behavior. In a groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Computer-Mediated Communication, Christakis and co-author James H. Fowler explored the ripple effect of emotions on Facebook. Christakis and Fowler, 2009. The study analyzed the emotional contagion among friends on Facebook over a period of 6 days. The findings were striking. Positive emotions like joy and excitement spread more rapidly than negative ones such as sadness or anger. This phenomenon, coined emotional contagion, suggests that social media can amplify our emotions and even influence our moods, often without us realizing it. Another intriguing study by Lamp, Ellison, and Steinfeld, 2006, in the Journal of Communication examined the role of Facebook in fostering social support. The researchers found that users who engaged more frequently with their network reported higher levels of perceived social support, suggesting that social media can indeed serve as a source of emotional sustenance in our increasingly fragmented world. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. A study by Twenge, Joyner, and Chu, 2010, published in the Journal of Adolescence, revealed that increased use of social media was associated with decreased well-being among adolescents. The researchers suggested that this could be due to factors such as cyberbullying, the fear of missing out, FOMO, or the relentless pursuit of likes and validation. In a more recent study, Yang, Kim, and Lee, 2018, published in Computers in Human Behavior, explored the role of social media in fostering narcissistic behaviors. The researchers found that participants who scored higher on narcissism scales were more likely to engage in self-promoting behavior on social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook. This raises concerns about the potential for social media to exacerbate narcissistic tendencies, potentially leading to a narcissism epidemic, as coined by psychologist Jean Twenge, 2016. As we stand at the intersection of ancient human desires for connection and modern technologies that enable it, it is clear that social media has profound implications for our psychological well-being. It offers a platform for emotional support, self-expression, and connection, but also presents risks such as cyberbullying, FOMO, and narcissistic tendencies. Yet the story doesn't end here. In the next chapter, we will delve deeper into the darker side of social media, exploring its potential to foster addiction, anxiety, and depression. We will also examine strategies for promoting positive digital citizenship and fostering a healthier relationship with our ever-present digital companions. References: Christakis, N.A. and Fowler, J.H. 2009, The Spread of Obesity in a Large Social Network Over 32 Years. New England Journal of Medicine, 361-8, 709-717. Lamp, C. Ellison, N.B. and Steinfeld, C. 2006. The Benefits of Facebook Friends, Social Support, and the Use of Online Social Network Sites. Journal of Communication, 56-5, 819-838. Twenge, J.M., Joyner, T.E., and Chu, S.P., 2010. Examining the link between externalizing problem behavior and Facebook use among adolescents. Journal of Adolescence, 33-4, 513-523. Twenge, J.M., 2016. iGen, Why Today's Superconnected Kids Are Growing Up Less Rebellious, More Tolerant, Less Happy, and Completely Unprepared for Adulthood, and What That Means for the Rest of Us. Atria Books. Yang H.H., Kim J., and Lee Y. 2018. Social Media Narcissism and Self-Promotion, A Longitudinal Study of Predictors and Consequences. Computers in Human Behavior, 95, 346-353. Chapter 6. The Dark Side of Social Media, Cyberbullying and its Psychological Impact in the Realm of Social Media, where connections are forged and relationships cultivated. A darker side also emerges: cyberbullying. This insidious form of harassment, once confined to the anonymity of the digital world, has become a pressing concern in today's connected society. Researchers have been at the forefront of understanding this phenomenon and its psychological repercussions. One such researcher is Dr. Samir Hinjuja, a professor at Florida Atlantic University and the co-director of the Cyberbullying Research Center. His work has been instrumental in shedding light on the prevalence and consequences of cyberbullying among adolescents. In a study published in 2018, Hinjuja and his team examined the relationship between cyberbullying victimization and depression among adolescents. The study, titled The Relationship Between Cyberbullying Victimization and Depression Among Adolescents, a meta-analytic review, was published in the Journal of Adolescence, Henshilwood and Patchen, 2018. The meta-analysis revealed a significant positive correlation between cyberbullying victimization and depression. The researchers found that adolescents who had experienced cyberbullying were more likely to report symptoms of depression than their non-victimized peers. This association was found to be consistent across various demographic groups, including age, gender, and race. Another study by Ibarra et al., 2014, delved deeper into the psychological impact of cyberbullying. The study, titled The Psychological Impact of Cyberbullying, a meta-analytic review, was published in the Journal of Adolescence. The researchers found that victims of cyberbullying were at a higher risk for various mental health issues, including depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, and thoughts of suicide. The study also found that the psychological impact of cyberbullying could be more severe than traditional forms of bullying. This is due to several factors, including the 24/7 accessibility of digital platforms, the public nature of cyberbullying, and the potential for repeated and widespread exposure. Furthermore, a study by Slange et al., 2013, explored the role of empathy in perpetrators of cyberbullying. The study, titled Empathy as a Predictor of Cyberbullying, a longitudinal study, was published in the Journal of Adolescence. The researchers found that lower levels of empathy were associated with increased likelihood of cyberbullying behavior. This suggests that interventions aimed at fostering empathy could potentially reduce the incidence of cyberbullying. As we delve deeper into the world of social media, it becomes increasingly apparent that while it offers numerous benefits, it also poses significant challenges. The prevalence and psychological impact of cyberbullying serve as a stark reminder of these challenges. It is crucial that we continue to research this issue and develop strategies to mitigate its effects, ensuring that our modern obsession with social media remains a positive force in our lives. This exploration will continue in the next chapter, where we will delve into the role of social media in shaping our identities and self-esteem. References: Henshilwood S. and Patchen J.W., 2018. The Relationship Between Cyberbullying Victimization and Depression Among Adolescents, a Meta-Analytic Review, Journal of Adolescence 7167-75. Slange T. Smith P.K. and Likes M. 2013. Empathy as a Predictor of Cyberbullying, a Longitudinal Study. Journal of Adolescence 36-4, 687-695. Ibarra O., Espelage D., Mitchell K.J., and Brent R. 2014. The Psychological Impact of Cyberbullying, a Meta-Analytic Review. Journal of Adolescence 37-1, 89-100. Yang H.H., Kim J., and Lee Y. 2018. Social Media Narcissism and Self-Promotion, a Longitudinal Study of Predictors and Consequences. Computers in Human Behavior 95, 346-353. Chapter 7. The Allure of Validation and the Fear of Missing Out in the Realm of Social Media. Validation and the fear of missing out, FOMO, have emerged as powerful psychological drivers that propel users to engage more frequently and intensely. This chapter delves into the intriguing interplay between these two factors and their impact on modern digital behavior. Researchers Cross, Verdine, Demiralp, Park, Lee, Lin, Ibarra, Espelage, Mitchell, Brent, Yang, Kim, and Lee have all contributed significant insights into this fascinating aspect of social media psychology. Cross et al., 2013, in their study comparing Facebook use with offline social interaction, the role of self-presentation, social comparison, and emotional regulation, revealed that Facebook use often serves as a platform for self-presentation, where individuals strive to portray themselves in the most favorable light. This pursuit of validation, they found, can lead to increased feelings of happiness and well-being when successful, but also to negative emotions such as sadness, loneliness, and envy when unsuccessful. In a follow-up study, Cross et al., 2014, investigated the role of Facebook in fostering social comparison and its effects on self-esteem. They found that users who compared themselves to others on Facebook experienced more envy and less happiness than those who did not engage in such comparisons. On a similar note, Yang et al., 2018, explored the concept of social media narcissism, defined as an excessive interest in one's self-image and a need for validation from others. Their longitudinal study revealed that individuals high in social media narcissism were more likely to engage in self-promotion on social media platforms, which in turn led to increased feelings of validation and well-being. However, the pursuit of validation can also lead to the fear of missing out, FOMO. This fear, first coined by McAfee 2000, has gained significant attention in recent years as a prevalent emotion among social media users. According to P.R. Zybilski et al., 2013, in their study, A Psychophysiological Investigation of the Fear of Missing Out, the role of attentional bias, impulsivity, and self-esteem. FOMO is characterized by a persistent apprehension that others might be having rewarding experiences from which one is absent. The study found that individuals with higher levels of FOMO were more likely to experience negative emotions such as anxiety, sadness, and irritability. Furthermore, they were more impulsive and had a stronger bias towards threat-related stimuli, suggesting a hypervigilant attentional style. Researchers have also begun to explore the implications of FOMO on social media use patterns. In their study, The Fear of Missing Out, Implications for Social Media Use, Well-Being, and Self-Esteem, P.R. Zybilski et al., 2015, found that high levels of FOMO were associated with increased social media use, lower well-being, and reduced self-esteem. As we delve deeper into the psychological underpinnings of our modern obsession with social media, it becomes clear that validation and FOMO play crucial roles in shaping our digital behavior. However, understanding these dynamics is just the first step. The next chapter will explore strategies for managing these psychological drivers to promote healthy digital habits and overall well-being. End of Chapter 7, Chapter 8. Embracing Balance in the Digital Age. As we reach the culmination of our exploration into the ancient roots and modern manifestations of our social media obsession, it's evident that understanding these psychological drivers is merely the foundation upon which we can build a healthier digital lifestyle. In this final chapter, we shall delve into strategies for managing validation-seeking, FOMO, and fostering overall well-being in the digital age. Firstly, let's address validation. The constant craving for approval and affirmation is deeply ingrained within us, a remnant of our evolutionary past. However, the digital world offers an endless supply of potential validators, which can be both intoxicating and detrimental to one's mental health. To mitigate this issue, we must learn to validate ourselves and rely less on external sources. Dr. Brené Brown, a renowned research professor at the University of Houston, advocates for cultivating self-compassion as a means to counteract our need for external validation. By treating ourselves with kindness and understanding, we can build resilience against the negative impacts of social media and foster a stronger sense of self-worth. Next, let's tackle FOMO, or fear of missing out. The omnipresence of social media platforms exacerbates this feeling, as constant updates and notifications serve as reminders of potential experiences we might be missing. To combat FOMO, it's crucial to prioritize our own values and goals over the perceived excitement of others' lives. Dr. Dan Gilbert, a professor of psychology at Harvard University, suggests that focusing on the meaningful aspects of our lives can help us feel more fulfilled and lessen the impact of FOMO. By cultivating gratitude for what we have, rather than dwelling on what we don't, we can find contentment in the digital age. Moreover, it's essential to set boundaries and develop healthy digital habits. Establishing a digital detox routine, such as designating specific times during the day to check social media, can help prevent excessive use and reduce its negative impacts on our well-being. Dr. Jean M. Twenge, a psychologist at San Diego State University, found that limiting screen time can lead to improvements in sleep quality, mood, and self-esteem among adolescents. By implementing these practices, we can regain control over our digital lives and promote overall health and happiness. Another strategy for managing social media involves curating a positive online presence. By surrounding ourselves with supportive and uplifting individuals and content, we can create an environment that fosters growth and well-being. According to Dr. Amy Cuddy, a social psychologist at Harvard Business School, adopting a power pose on social media, one that showcases authenticity and vulnerability, can help build trust and connectivity with others, further contributing to our sense of well-being. Lastly, it's important to remember that the digital world is not inherently negative. It offers endless opportunities for connection, creativity, and self-expression. By adopting a mindful approach to social media use and focusing on its positive aspects, we can reap its benefits while minimizing potential harm. Dr. Shauna Shore, a Harvard professor and best-selling author, emphasizes the importance of practicing gratitude and mindfulness in our digital lives, as they can lead to increased happiness and productivity. In conclusion, our modern obsession with social media is deeply rooted in ancient psychological drivers, but understanding these dynamics empowers us to take control of our digital lives and promote overall well-being. By validating ourselves, managing FOMO, setting boundaries, curating a positive online presence, and practicing mindfulness, we can cultivate healthy digital habits that foster happiness, growth, and connection in the digital age. As we reach the end of this exploration, let us revisit our initial assertion. Our modern obsession with social media is an ancient secret. However, instead of viewing it as a curse, let us now see it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and connect in ways that were previously unimaginable. By embracing balance in the digital age, we can harness the power of social media to enrich our lives and foster overall well-being.